We have some exciting plans for 2024. Even though the temperature has been in the single digits in the last couple of weeks, we are gearing up for spring. And we want to walk you through everything we do to ensure that we have a successful growing season. Hi, friends. Welcome back to my channel, where I love to share about life in our suburban homestead. My name is Laura. My husband Glenn and I started this journey in the spring of 2022, but we have been training and preparing for this for many years. As homesteaders, we focus on growing our food, raising chickens, and developing traditional cooking skills to provide nutrient dense meals for our family. So, if these are of any interest to you, subscribe to my channel and let's grow in this journey together. One important thing we do to make sure we have a successful growing season is first to look at the previous season and talk about the things that worked, the things that didn't work, the things that we want to improve or change this coming season, and even how much food we have grown. So we're going to start by sharing with you some of the goals that we had in 2023 that we were able to meet. One of the goals in 2023 that we had was to expand our garden, and we did. We were able to add 6 in-ground beds and 2 raised beds, and that allowed us to grow way more food than we did in 2022.
Another one of our goals was to find a way to better help our tomatoes and squash plants trellis. So we installed cattle panel trellis in order for our tomatoes and our squash plants to grow up. It was hard work and it was really difficult pounding in the stakes, measuring out, and getting it just right. But we're really glad we did, and it really helped us have a bountiful harvest with our tomatoes.
Our backyard is very small, so having that system set up was huge because we saved a lot of space. Another major goal that we had in 2023 was to get chickens, and we did.
Yeah.
We finally got chicks in March, and it has been a journey for us. We have learned so much. We have been wanting to do this for years, and now it's exciting because it feels like one of our dreams has come true. We will have a video coming soon about our 1-year experience raising chickens.
Another one of our goals in 2023 was to install a drip irrigation system. And this was a lot of what I would really hope to accomplish, because going out and hand watering all the time was really challenging. And so we went out, saw a few different YouTube videos, got our materials, and installed the drip irrigation system that has really saved us a lot of time and effort in our garden.
One goal for me was to be able to grow enough tomato so that I could make a lot of tomato sauce and can tomato sauce. Now, I've never canned before, so I knew it was going to be a learning curve for me, and I don't even have the materials or the equipment that I need for that. But I didn't even have to worry about that this last year because we didn't even have enough tomatoes for that. We grew so many tomato plants, but I think the problem was that most of those tomatoes were cherry tomatoes, and they just got eaten up all the time. We didn't have enough. We didn't have enough to save them for anything else, really. And the few Roma tomato plants that I had didn't do as well. I was able to make tomato sauce a few times throughout the summer, and I was able to freeze, I think, about 4 jars of tomato sauce, but that is not nearly as much as I wanted. So this year, I need to think things through differently. I am getting different varieties of tomatoes that are going to be perfect for making tomato sauce, and I'm going to be growing less cherry tomatoes so that we have room for paste tomatoes. And one of our final goals was to increase our production of food and grow a different variety of crops. And we did that. And we grew so much more than we did in 2022. Lots of different varieties, lots of different crops that we hadn't grown the previous season. Everything we grew in 2023, we grew from seed. There is not one single plant this past year that we had to buy as a starter plant. Everything we grew from seed. Before we start planning for the 2024 growing season, let's take a look at how much food we grew in our small backyard. Here are the results. 50 pounds of carrots. I think this was my favorite thing to harvest by far. 1.5 pounds of herbs. This includes basil, cilantro, oregano, chamomile, thyme, rosemary, mint, and lemon balm. We had an abundance of basil and chamomile, and we saved so much we are still using it this winter. 3 pounds of radish, 18 pounds of cabbage, 59 pounds of greens. This includes Swiss chard, collard greens, kale, and lettuce. 15.5 pounds of summer squash, 46 pounds of winter squash, 27 pounds of cucumbers, 21 pounds of celery. This was way too much for us. We had about 20 plants. We will not be growing that much this coming season. In the end, we couldn't even harvest it all, so we fed it to the chickens. 40.5 pounds of green beans, 55 pounds of onions. We need to plant way more onions this year. 2.5 pounds of peppers. This is sad, you guys, but honestly, it's the best I've done with peppers. I'm hopeful that this year we will do even better, and I have some exciting varieties I want to try this year. And finally, 139 pounds of tomato. Now, this only includes the tomato that actually made it to the house, because so many times the kids would just go outside and snack on tomatoes off the vine. This brings us to a grand total of 484 pounds. This is so encouraging to me. I can't wait to see how much we grow this coming season. My goal for 2024 is for us to be able to grow 750 pounds of food. I'll have to keep you posted. So let's get to the exciting part. We're going to be sharing with you what we are going to do this year. And one of those things is we are preparing to grow asparagus. We will dedicate a whole bed for asparagus. Now, we've never done this before, and I know it takes several years to be able to harvest asparagus if you plant from seed. So we are going to buy 2-year crowns, and that's going to help us get a harvest sooner. The asparagus crowns are basically roots that are dormant, and when they come in the spring, we are going to plant them, and then they're going to start growing. In the first season, and we're not supposed to harvest any of them so that the roots have a chance to grow and establish themselves. But in 2025, we'll be ready to harvest our asparagus. So we're so excited about that. We love eating asparagus, and it is so difficult to find organic asparagus in the store. So we're really looking forward to that. But like I said, we've never done this before. Do you grow asparagus? If you do, maybe you have some tips for us, and please make sure to leave them in the comments. I found this company, Keen Garlic, at keenorganics.com. They sell asparagus crowns, and they will ship them to us in the spring when it's time to get them in the ground. We decided to get 20 crowns, and hopefully that will be enough for our family. I'm also going to be ordering some garlic, and I know I already planted over 100 heads of garlic in the fall. But I'm a little bit concerned because we've had a very warm fall, and our garlic started sprouting, and they started to grow quite tall. And then we got a lot of snow, and we got really cold temperatures. And I don't know, really, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to affect the growth of our garlic. So just in case, I got more seed garlic so that we can plant them in the spring. And other new and exciting crops that we want to plant this year are berries. Mm-hmm. We love berries. So we want to grow blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. This will be a major project for us. We are excited to bring you along in this journey and show you the whole process. I will also be growing some new seed varieties in addition to the tried and true varieties we have been growing for years. I just received my seed order from MI Gardener. I'll be trying a lot of new tomato seeds. For example, red centiflora. I've never grown this one before. Gold nugget tomato is also a new one for us. Sheboygan tomato, Amish paste tomato. These are going to be great for sauce. And then black cherry. We have grown this for many years and we were out, so we got some more. For peppers, we will be growing California Wonder, which we have done in the past. We will also be growing jalapeno and the red corno de toro. And I will also be growing locoto pepper, which is grown in Bolivia. My mom brought seeds with her last year, and I'm excited to grow that in our garden. I got some chioggia beets that I have grown in the past, but that was years ago, so I'm excited to try this again. We will still plant the cucumbers we grew last year, but I also wanted to try this tender green variety. I am going to attempt growing more flowers this year, and I just love these apricot aster flowers. I've never grown them before, never even seen them in real life. I just saw this picture and I decided I wanted them in my garden. Are you growing any new plants or new varieties this year? Let us know in the comments.
We're also planning in 2024 to move our chicken coop. Now, that is actually a lot of work to do, and let me explain a bit of why that is so much work. Right now, where we have our chicken coop at, we've been doing the deep litter method.
With the deep litter method, we don't clean out the run. We add a layer of bedding, in our case, wood shavings and garden waste. The chickens scratch and poop, and they are essentially creating compost. We don't remove what's there. When we see that it's getting a little gross or smelly, we add another layer of wood shavings, and the process continues. We have been doing this for about 7 months, so we can see that the soil level raised about 4 inches.
So there's a good amount of soil that is surrounding our chicken coop and inside of the run. We have to dig it out and then move it to the other side of the garden. The portion of the garden that we've discovered doesn't get a lot of sunlight, and it was really difficult to grow things last summer. But we have to move the cattle panel trellis over about 3 feet from where we have originally put it. So again, it will involve taking off the panel, moving the T-posts, putting them back in at the correct height, and strapping up the cattle panel once more. So it is a lot of work to do that, but we believe that when we do that, our chickens are going to be happier because we're going to be able to put in a longer run for them to be able to roam and to enjoy the outside.
One of the things that I've been wanting to do for a while is try growing in a green stock. And if you don't know what a green stock is, those are essentially pots that are stacked on top of each other. And I've been wanting to do that because it's going to save some space and we can grow a lot of herbs and greens. I want to reserve one of the green stocks for greens and one of the other ones for strawberries. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to bring you along in that as well.
We also will be expanding our patio area. We love to host people and have people over to our house, but our house is quite small. And so we really want to take advantage of the summer months and the warm weather and have a space outside where we can spend time together with other families.
And finally, there's just one more thing, but we're kind of undecided about this one. We're thinking about getting rabbits. Glenn has been wanting rabbits for our youngest son, Nico. He loves animals. And although he's happy that we have chickens, he doesn't like the fact that they're not very cuddly. He wants animals that he can snuggle with. Glenn has been thinking about getting that for him, getting a couple rabbits for him for that purpose. But I, on the other hand, have been thinking about maybe we could do meat rabbits. And so we're kind of going back and forth. We have no experience with rabbits, either as pets or raising rabbits for meat. So we don't know. Do you have rabbits? Do they make good snuggly pets? Should we raise meat rabbits? I don't know. Help us out, guys. Help us make a decision. And please leave your suggestions in the comments for us. Thank you so much for joining us and following along in our journey. We will definitely be making more videos showing us updates of our garden and the different projects that we're working on and updating you and how things are going. See you next time.